Hey folks, welcome back to the Dyson Sphere program. Last time we were tinkering around with deuteron fuel production, as well as proliferating it to get some extra output. And we had some problems with our ring over here. Off camera, I went and crafted 3 more refineries and got this ring of 9 set up. So this is producing 135 hydrogen per second, plus some graphene, which some of it will be taken away by logistics distributors. If we hover over the fractionators, you can see that the amount passing through it per minute is hovering around 67, 68,000, something like that. It bounces up and down. Sometimes it gets as high as 70-ish. Sometimes it gets as low as 60. But it's hovering around 65, 66, 67, something like that, which is about right. It's pulling off about as much as we're putting in terms of input hydrogen as deuterium. So I figure we're producing around 130. Around 130. And if we look over here at the recipe, with all the ingredients proliferated, that's making a little bit less than 4.7 per minute. So we're going to call between the two of these, we're going to be making 9. Roughly 9 rods a minute. And if you go on the wiki and check out the values for the mini fusion power plant, it burns 1 deuteron fuel rod every 40 seconds. So if it can burn 1.5 rods per minute, that means we can burn 3 rods per minute in 2, which means 6 stations should burn literally everything. I'd like to keep a little bit extra in here for myself for now. So we're going to build 5 stations and see how that works for us. That being said, we do need to actually craft these, and we don't have, looks like we need titanium alloy, which we can get. I think we can get some of that here. Somebody here is using some of that, I think. No, that's coal, ingots, graphene, diamonds. Okay, we have rods around here somewhere. Here we go. How many are in here? Yeah, good. Okay, let's get a couple stacks of that. We can now craft 1, so I'm going to need probably... I have super magnetic rings. We're going to need more carbon nanotubes. We have processors, so carbon nanotubes should do the trick. Do we have extras? We do. Okay. Let's craft 5 of these for now. Should I go up to 6? It's not quite producing 9, so I don't think there will be enough overflow, but then again, this is almost full. All right, let's craft 6. So we'll craft 6 thermal power or mini fusion power plants, and we'll see what kind of reaction or what kind of addition we get. It doesn't say in here. Oh yeah, 15 megawatts. Produces 15 megawatts. So if we look at our grid right now, 15 megawatts times 6 is 75 megawatts, right? No, 90 megawatts. Yeah, because 6 times 5 is 30. So 90 megawatts. That's almost 50% of our current capacity, which we're not even using. So this is going to give us a nice fat boost to our power, which is going to give us time to go and create other things while we scale this up to produce gigajoules of energy. So let's get these placed down. Let's see what they look like. I guess we'll just put them... We'll put a row that goes along either side here. So we'll go 1, 2, 3. Like so. And then 1, 2, 3 like so. Okay. We should only need a Mark 1 conveyor belt. They're not eating that many per second. So if we come along like this and snack up on the goodies, let's get you there, you there. I've done these in reverse, haven't I? Yes, I have. Okay, hold on. So we go from the belt. From the belt to you, from the belt to you. Belt to you. Belt to you. Okay, there's all the sorters that we need. If we add one over here to output from the buffer depot, we could clean this up a little bit, actually. Yeah, we could clean this up a little bit. We're just using space that we don't need to be here. Let's put one depot here, like this. We'll connect that up. And then we'll transfer the fuel rods we have made over here. That looks better. Let's go ahead and pull out from here, like so, and hook it up. And Bob's your uncle. There's our fusion power starting to work. Miniature fusion power plants begin. There we go. We got an achievement. You've activated the first micro fusion power station. Uses the configuration of a stellarator to contain high temperature reactor core plasma and miniaturize the fusion reaction. Okay. Producing 15 megawatts each. Very nice. Very nice indeed. And look at how efficient the fuel is for our mecha's use. Gosh, that's fantastic. So if I've understood the numbers correct, we should be replenishing the depot at roughly the rate that we pull it out. So like right now it's at 16 here. And once these burn one, they'll pull out a few more. 16 goes to 20. Takes 40 seconds for them to burn one. So we're going to stare at this for a minute. If it gets to 22... Oh, see, the one got pulled out. I don't know. Maybe it burns a little bit fewer than I thought, because this is growing now. Regardless, I'm pretty happy about that because it does give us 240 megawatts of power. That's fantastic. Love that. Okay. So we built our first experiment into fusion power. It is up and running. We understand a lot of how it works, if not every single, like, intricate detail. We're proliferating the input to get more out of the raw materials. Our fractionator ring seems to be working now with the pilers on the belt. Seems to be holding steady here, pulling out enough and inputting enough to reach a kind of an equilibrium state. So I think we're good here. I think this initial setup is very nice. Now, what we'd like to do is not be fractionating deuterium out of hydrogen like this. We'd like to get it from our gas giant. So, oh, that's the Dyson swarm. That's the wrong button. If we go to the star map and look at our nearby gas giant, Alway 2 is an ice giant. An ice giant planet has a rocky core composed mainly of water, methane, and ammonia. These three hydrogen compounds are often referred to collectively in astronomy as ice. The giant has a large enough self-gravity to have an extremely dense atmosphere composed of hydrogen and helium, but it did not evolve further into a gas giant because the nebulosity was blown away by the solar wind or used by other planets during its formation. The ice content of an ice giant's atmosphere increases with decreasing altitude, while its icy mantle is in a state of supercritical fluid at a very high atmospheric pressure. The ice giant has no solid surface on which to land, with only a faint boundary between its atmosphere and icy mantle. Being too close to a star and subject to strong tidal action means that the giant maintains an extremely hot surface temperature. With temperatures exceeding 1,000 degrees Celsius, clouds of silicates and iron vapor rendered the whole planet a vibrant emerald green. Okay, so remaining resources. It's got collectible fire ice, I'm assuming this is essentially infinite. You can collect 0.6549 fire ice per second and 0.2525 hydrogen per second. So, I think we get into orbital collectors now. We find out how they work to pull out this hydrogen and bring it down into a larger fractionation ring. Because ideally what we want is... we want like... I mean, we'll have to build larger chains for the other inputs and for more... what's this called? Proliferators. I mean, we'll need more of everything, but where we start is I'd like to have the hydrogen from the collector rather than burning oil out of an oil seep, which is a much more irritating procedure. So ideally, I think I'd like... I mean, I said I wanted to get up to a gigajoule, right? So... if this produces 6 of these, which is 90 watts, or 90 megawatts, we'd like another 750 megawatts or so. So call it 720. We'd want 8 more setups like this. So 8 times 6, we'd want 48 more fusion generators to get up to a gigajoule. And that would require... 16 more of these producing the rods feeding into those 48 microfusion plants. So we're going to need a lot of hydrogen coming in. Because we want roughly... what do we want? We want 8 of these setups. Then we would need a ring with 16-ish. The other thing is, if this is operating at absolute peak efficiency... 7,200 per minute, then a ring of 10 would pull out 720, which 3 fully saturated level 1 belts could feed in from an output. Now that would probably overflow, so you probably want a ring with 11, which means we probably want 2 rings of 11 fed in by 2 fully saturated 360 belts. Or what does a level 2 belt do? Yeah, one Mark II conveyor belt, fully saturated, should do the trick. So that's, what, 720 hydrogen per minute? So we need a lot of hydrogen coming in from orbital collectors. I don't know what this is going to look like, but I think ideally we'll set up at least 1 major ring with 11 fractionators in it fed in by a full belt of hydrogen, and then maybe we get 2 of those. So that would be another 22 of these. That's 11 more sets instead of 8. 11 times 990. 11 times 90 would be 990. So almost a full gigajoule on top of what we already have, I think. So we'd be at like 1.2 gigajoules. But to do that, I don't know how many orbital collectors we're going to need. I really don't. So let's build one and see how we go. One other thing we need to take a look at here is our technology. We need to, we're okay for yellow cubes now. We need to finish up whatever yellow cube research we can do. So high tensile strength, frame material, and Dyson sphere component. This I'm not super interested in yet. Vertical launch site. We can't do anyway. I don't know what that is. We can't get there. We could unlock the information structure at some point, the purple cube. Particle control grants us particle broadband. Increases the printing speed of particles, and then there's a different recipe here for crystal silicon. I don't know what we need the particle broadband for yet. High strength glass we haven't seen a need for yet. Casimir crystals. I haven't seen a need for these yet. Satellite power distribution system. What is this about? A wide range area distribution facility capable of transmitting power over a longer range, thereby enabling broader coverage. So this is like a big ass Tesla tower. Covers a much bigger area. 26 meters as opposed to like, I don't know, 5 or whatever we have. Supersonic missile set. This is an advanced weapon. I don't think we need that. Plasma turret might be fun, but I don't think we need that yet. Suppressing capsule. Can slow down or even suppress enemies. We haven't got into the slowing stuff yet. A Corvette. This is some type of space fleet thing. The attack drone wouldn't be bad. We haven't made those yet. But most of this is new tech that I don't think we're ready for yet. Let's go look at upgrades instead. Let's see what we can get here. We can't get this. View ore reserves of planetary systems within 6 light years. That'd be nice, but we don't have it. Additional core energy for the mecha, plus more durability. Let's get that. Movement speed we can grab. Sure, why not? Inventory capacity will be nice. Okay. Additional construction drones. 1 upgrade there is fine. More blueprints I don't think we're ready for yet. Mecha fuel power we'd like to get. We need a higher mecha core. Okay. Drone engine. We're not using drones right now. Or this is construction drone. Construction drone flight speed is okay. I don't know that we need it. Mecha cruise speed I'd like. Energy shield I'd like at some point. So there's lots of upgrades to get. Those will be ongoing. We'll just have those running in the background. Now let's go see about producing an orbital collector. Okay, so we're going to need a planetary logistics station. I think we'll start out pretty simply here. We'll start out with... Does it make sense to just make 1? I think 1 is enough, right? I think we'll just start with 1 and see how it behaves here. The other thing is, I don't know what we're going to do with the fire ice. Because if we look at some of our advanced recipes, like we can make graphene and more hydrogen with fire ice. So that would be another way to get our hands on hydrogen. Because we'll be getting raw hydrogen back from the ice giant. But we'll also be getting back, or we could retrieve some of this fire ice. But we already have graphene in production. We might need more later. I can't remember if there were other recipes that used it. But let's keep in mind, if we end up needing like tons more graphene, which we might for like carbon nanotubes or whatever, we can get some of it from the fire ice. And then I don't know what else the fire ice is useful for, but for now, let's just grab ourselves some titanium ingots here. All right. I think we'll start with 1. We'll start simple. Let's craft, or maybe let's do 2. Let's get 2 up there. That seems fine. Let's produce 2 of these planetary logistics stations. It's gonna make some stuff for us. And then while that's in progress, the Interstellar is going to require more of these particle containers as well. I don't know that we ever set up production of the particle containers. We might have. I can't remember. Let's go back to the mall and check it out. I don't think we did. No, it doesn't look like it. I don't know if I want to spend the time making that now. It is kind of annoying. What's the recipe look like for making these? These have to be... these can be made in an assembler. What is this recipe? Copper plus... What is this? Unipolar magnet, a rare ore we don't have access to. Okay, so we're not doing that, which means we would be using graphene and copper to make these things. Well, we can grab some of that. We have some graphene on hand. We have copper. Graphene, copper, and electromagnetic turbines. How are we for electromagnetic turbines? We can get some more of those going. We need motors and magnetic coils. We do use kind of a lot of these. I wonder if it's not worthwhile to set up logistics here. Like, it's 2 for 2, right? Maybe this does make sense. Let's put down a couple depots here. Electric motors, magnetic coils. Request electric motors. One available route. Request magnetic coils. One available route. Okay. This should help us have as many of these as we need. I guess we'll just grab a bunch now and handcraft what we need. Let's take a look here. If we're going to make 2 of these, what are we missing? We've got 100 titanium alloy. That's fine. Hold on. We have 2 planetary logistics stations. Well, it says we have 1. Oh no, that's the recipe. We have the titanium alloy. So why is it not going to let us... I guess I have to manually do this. Oh, I don't have the graphene anymore. Okay. Let me get some graphene going. All right, now we should be able to make the 2 interstellar logistics. No? Can I make 40 of these? What is it complaining about? Oh, it's copper now. Okay. So now I can make 2 interstellar logistics stations. And then for the orbital collector, we're going to need accumulators, supermagnetic rings, and reinforced thrusters. I think we have those things. We definitely have the supermagnetic rings. Let me grab these and see how many we have. 150. We're going to need... We're going to need 100. So I'll leave myself the spare 50. That's fine. The reinforced thrusters, I think we made those manually. Yeah, I think so. I think we did. Man, it's going to take forever, but this new mall is going to be so nice to have. We are going to need 40 thrusters, 40 reinforced thrusters. And that's going to take more titanium alloy and more electromagnetic turbines. So if we need 40 of these, that's going to require what? Let me make sure I'm making the right thing, too. I don't want to make a mistake here. Reinforced thruster. Yeah. So if we want 40 of those, 40 times 5 is 200 electromagnetic turbines and 200 titanium alloy. Let's get those under wraps. I said it's 40 times 5 is 200. Yeah, okay. Let's go get some more alloy. Where do I have alloy at the moment? Here we go. Okay, so we're gonna make 40 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then if we go back to orbital collector, the next thing we need is accumulators. Why does it say accumulator full? It is an accumulator with a full charge. It can either be used as a facility to automate release. Okay, hold on. Is that different from accumulator? It's an accumulator with a full charge. It can either be used as a facility at a facility to automatically release power when the power is insufficient, or it can be placed in an energy exchanger to release electricity. Wow. So wait a minute. Does that mean, like, if I come over to, I have some of these over here. I don't know if I have 40. So let's take a look at this. If I 0 watts, 540 megajoules. Wait, these are empty? Or are they full? Accumulated. So can I pick this up, or how do I, like, if I delete this and pick it up, let's grab the last one in the line. If I delete this, I have 1 accumulator full. Okay. All right. I see. We're gonna need some replacement accumulators, though, if we take these full ones to use. That is a very interesting ingredient or mechanic. A full accumulator. So you have to charge it up, huh? Looks like we're gonna need to produce some here. Oh boy, we're getting pretty full on our inventory here. Let's see. This takes supermagnetic rings, the crystals, and iron. Boy, that's a little sketchy if you ask me. I think we'll do that manually. So we'll get our orbital collectors produced. And then we will, well, yikes. No, we kind of need to do it now. What's taking up all this space in my inventory? I've got a bunch of stuff. All right, I need to make a little bit of room so I can carry some things around. Let's dump off some titanium ingots. I'm not using those. I don't need that graphene. Probably need those 4, whatever those are. Anything else I can dump? 10 graphene. I don't really need the energy shard because I've got deuteron fuel rods right now. What are you? A sorter mark 1. Let's get rid of you. The rest of this stuff we need. Okay. Let's grab as much iron as we can get from wherever we can get it. Where do we have spare iron? This is all being served. Copper veins over here are kind of depleting. There's some spare iron here maybe, or is this all being served as well? No, that's steel. Okay. That's steel as well. So the demand for steel is not that high. It seems. Or rather, it isn't that high yet. Mecha movement speed increases. Alright. I don't know where to get iron right now. Do you have a bunch extra? No, you're being used. Oh, you're somebody else. Where am I gonna get some spare iron? There we go. You have a bunch. Let's grab a bunch of you. We need to get these accumulators producing. Was there any in here? There was some in there. Okay. So accumulators require... Let's see. It's weird that did it always do that? Okay, so this is gonna need 6 stacks of iron for every stack of everything else. Let's put 12 stacks of iron in. Or maybe, no, we can do 18 stacks. All right, 18 stacks. There we go, that's 18 stacks. And then we'll get, we want 3 stacks of the, are those super magnetic rings? Is that what those are? Oh, look, we don't have 3 stacks of this. Okay. Let's get some super magnetic rings working. Oh, I have three maybe total here. But I think I need some of those for... Did I actually end up producing the orbital collectors? Do I have them now? That's an interstellar logistics station. Right, because I need the full accumulators. Okay, we are going to need more of you. Let's get you upgraded so we get a little faster speed. So you need, let's say, 800 electric turbines. Oh, why are you producing? Lack of material. Electric motors. Logistics distributor. You're doing okay. Looks like electric motors are kind of running low. Hold on. Why is that happening? Okay. I guess we're just not producing that many. I got some to spare here. For now. This was going into here, right? Yeah. You want these. You've got some magnetic rings, so you'll print some out for me. Oh boy. Well, we can put in 150, I guess, for now. Get this started. Where did that go? Where's the guy making the accumulators? You're here. Let's put 100 of those in for now. Yeah, they're not the biggest component. So that's enough for... That's enough for 100. And then if we can get 300 of the silicon crystals, yes, we can. That should make 100 accumulators for me. Okay. You're printing out accumulators. Okay, good to know. Let's go get our 40 full accumulators. I think we're close to crafting now. 34 minutes into the episode. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's another 5. That's 15, 25, 35, 40. Nice. Wow, it just played out that we happen to have those. All right, orbital collector. I can now make 2 orbital collectors. Fantastic. All right. Well, now placing them is going to be interesting. I think I will make a save game because it seems like it's really easy to fall into the ice giant's atmosphere and get trapped. Like, we've been there once before and it was a very scary proposition. I'm not quite sure how to navigate it correctly. I guess it makes sense that it requires full accumulators to power itself up until it can start burning the stuff it's harvesting, right? There we go. 2 orbital collectors. Let's go get these bad boys placed, shall we? Now, I don't know how this works. I'd like to get into some kind of an orbit around this planet, if I can. I don't want to sink into it. Let's just keep aiming for the horizon here. Like, at what point am I actually going to be... I think now I'm in a stable orbit, right? Yeah, it looks like it. Yeah, it's okay. It's keeping my cursor. Looks like, well, I feel like now I'm kind of on the dark side. I'm kind of like, I can't tell. I can't tell. I think I screwed up. I don't know. No, you can see like where there are no stars. We're still in orbit. Okay. Let me look at, how do I get back to tutorials I've already read? Settings. How do I see tutorials? I don't know. I guess I just leave myself in orbit. It says manually collecting resources. No. I don't want to be manually collecting resources. Cruise mode. Tab unlock cursor. Yeah. How do I need to... I don't want to craft. I want to... I don't understand the controls. And I don't want the cruise to end. He just kind of falls out of cruise mode for some reason. How do I don't actually know how to... I guess I have to be manually collecting here. Let me just go ahead and go into transportation, orbital collector. Is it going to let me see here? The orbital collector can only be built at the equator. Okay, where's the equator? I don't even... It's like pause time here while I'm trying to construct. Can I can fly around. Okay, I can fly around a little bit while I'm in this build mode, which is helpful. It sort of pauses time. So I think we're close to the equator. Where are we right now? I can't zoom out any more than this. Like, I really can't tell. It's very hard to control. Like, I don't know, I don't know how to... I gotta sink down out of cruise mode and, like, immediately go to place this. Alright, now where am I? I think I need to just slowly make my way over here to place the grid. Until we find the place where we can put it. Oh, here we go. It could be on this line. This is the equator. Okay, all right. Yikes. That was a little bit hard to figure out. Okay, let's place one there. How far away do we have to be to place the second one?
You've constructed an orbital collector. It can automatically collect resources from this giant. Set your other interstellar logistics stations as an interstellar demand for these resources, and the logistics vessels will automatically collect the cargo. Resources produced will first be converted into energy to sustain the operation of the collector.
Okay. So we can't change any of this. Or I guess we could change this from local storage. So... it's collecting hydrogen, and it's collecting fire ice. 60 hydrogen per minute, 159 fire ice per minute. This is way less than I thought we were going to get. Yeah, it's quite a bit less than I expected, to be honest. What are we going to do? We're going to supply remote, we're going to store locally. That makes sense. Let's fly over here and get this one built. So we might need quite a few more of these to scale up at the level of hydrogen production that I was hoping for. Because these two are only producing 120 hydrogen per minute, which is about what we were getting. It's actually less than we were getting from those 9 oil refineries. I wonder if there's some research I can do that improves this somehow. I mean, it is here, and that's kind of amazing. Oh, I liked the night view better. Hold on, what just popped up? Mecha movement speed. Okay. I do like the visual. It's very cool. Let me get back to where it was before. I mean, these are all pretty cool visuals. I do kind of wish I could zoom out a little bit more. I can zoom in like this. Yeah, there we go. Nah. We were fine the way we were. Let's get some night views. I want it kind of when it was glowing yellow at one point. Oh, that's sick. Look at that screenshot. Holy shit. Yeah, that's dope. So it is gathering a lot of that fire ice, which is nice. I like the sharp shadows too. Yeah, really cool visuals here. I mean, I'm glad we've got them down. I'm glad we've got them produced, but they're not producing anywhere near the amount I thought they would. Let me take a look at tech here. Upgrades. Is there any upgrade for this? Solar sail life, rate transmission efficiency. What is the pile sorter upgrade? Pile sorter can feed out 2 stacked cargoes when unloading to a conveyor belt. Pile sorter can load 3 cargoes, feed out 3 stacked cargoes, 4 cargoes. Like, this is another way maybe to do what we're doing with the automatic pile sorter, but it seems like it's more involved. We have distribution range, carrier engine stuff, vein utilization. I need the equivalent of vein utilization for gas harvesting. Huh. Well. I guess this is fine as it is. We can toggle this on and, like, yeah, I don't need to do that. I mean, you know, the good news is I have to admit I'm a little underwhelmed by the numbers. I thought it would be quite a bit more. I guess we need to, if we want to fully exploit this, we're going to need to build quite a few more of these, which is going to mean a lot more full accumulators and all the other stuff that we built this episode. I don't know what to think. If we bring this back, like we can use the fire ice to make some hydrogen, and then we have all the energetic graphite as the remainder of the recipe, which I don't know what we do with. Is there something else we can do with that? I mean, I guess we can burn it. There's no real reason not to, right? I mean, we've got scads of solar power plants littering the countryside. Why not scads of thermal power plants? Where's the recipe for graphene? Yeah, so if we do this, we can turn the fire ice into hydrogen and graphene. For every 2 fire ice, we get 1 more hydrogen. So, like, this is something like 80 hydrogen per minute plus a crap ton of graphene on each of these if we bring back the fire ice. Still, nonetheless, it's an accomplishment, I think, to have these here. If we had a different gas giant in the system, maybe the ratios would be a little bit different. I'm not sure whether to be glad that we have all this fire ice instead of hydrogen or not. I do know we need to go home. So let's go back to Alwade 3 here. And we'll figure out what to do with all the stuff from the gas giant next episode. So yeah, I'm mostly at this point, I'm going to be... Can I get myself into... I guess I can just land here. At the right place. It's close enough. I guess the main thing I'm going to be doing is recreating... is putting back down the accumulators that we've built. So, I guess, yeah, it does seem to me like we're going to probably have to spend, I mean, to really get where we want to be, which is just having massive scads of hydrogen coming in. What did I say? We wanted like 720, so we're going to need 12. We've got 2 orbital collectors. We need 12 up there to supply the level of hydrogen that I want for one big ring for for fusion power. I mean, the thing is, it's a gas giant, so we can put like probably 180 up there. I think there were 2 grid squares between them. We can probably put a lot up there, but it's going to take a lot of work. So I'll have to think about what to do next episode. Let me lay down some more accumulators to soak up some of our excess and get prepared to build more stuff in the future. Let me just put all of these down, I guess. So that's a row of 10, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. We just want rows of 10, I think. Damn it. Of course you went in the wrong place. So 10, 10, 10, 10. Looks like I ran out of a little foundation there. No, I don't think we'll have that. Thank you very much. Oh, listen to them making their charging noise. Is that avoidable? I've done this wrong again somehow. Wow. I don't know how that happens to me every time. There we go. How many can I get down here? That leaves me with 15 to go. I guess we'll get down 10 more and then call it a day. So how many rows of 10 is that? 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 40. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 40 more. 20 more. So that's enough for, what, 5? Once these are fully charged, that would be enough for 5 more orbital collectors. I don't actually know what I want to do. I'm a little bit perturbed now. I thought there would be like 720 hydrogen per minute up at the gas giant. But it's not quite what I was expecting. So I'll have to think about what we're going to do next. I have a feeling... I really don't want to screw around with fire ice and all of that. I'd really just like to have raw hydrogen coming down. So I do have a feeling that most likely we're going to be mass producing those orbital towers, and we'll find a use for the fire ice another day. I'm also going to do some research to see whether or not there is a way to improve the efficiency up there at the gas giant collector, but regardless of all my concerns about the future, I feel like that is a good day's work, right? We got the first microfusion power plants up. We're generating a ton of power for ourselves. We can easily charge up those delicious accumulators and have them ready to build more. We got our first 2 orbital collectors up on our gas giant. We've got options for the future. All of it's great. And I think I'm going to call the episode there. So as always, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Leave me your thoughts. I don't know, I might take a break here from the game for a day or two, just to let the viewers catch up and give me some advice on what to do. Like, should I be transporting all that fire ice down here and turning that into hydrogen in addition to, like, what am I going to do with all that graphene, though? Is there something useful I can do with that besides just burn it? Yeah, let me know what you think. I guess one thing I could do in between episodes, or one thing I could do as like an interstitial episode is just work on some of this stuff. We've got the logistics now that if I go around and start building a few more chains at the resource nodes and then shipping them around, some of this stuff can be fixed. Some of the late game or the late tech for us that I'm struggling with here, like the accumulators, we don't have the resources coming in. Same with the supermagnetic coils and the, I guess, engines now are a problem. Like all this stuff, we can work on automating it a little bit here at the local mall. Just a little bit, not like the full thing we're gonna do later. But I would like to get up to a gigajoule of power generation, and then I'd like to start on a second mall that really addresses all those problems, like, permanently. So that's sort of my thinking right now. We're gonna call it there, like a full 2 minutes after the last time I said that. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. We'll see you in the next one. Take care.